The air conditioning in the Burj Vista conference room hummed against the June heat. Outside, the Dubai Marina sprawled in glass and steel, a monument to what modern engineering could achieve. Inside, Hassan Karim held a proposal between his fingers like it was contaminated. "Coconut lumber," he read aloud, his voice dripping with disbelief. "This Filipino architect wants to use coconut lumber for load-bearing columns in a luxury resort." His project manager, Sarah, shifted in her seat. "Sir, the thermal properties are—" "I don't care about thermal properties," Hassan interrupted. He'd spent 25 years building resorts across the UAE. His designs had hosted royalty. His name meant luxury. His instincts were never wrong. "Coconut belongs in desserts, not structural engineering." He tossed the proposal across the table. It landed with a slap. The cover read, "Tropical Sustainable Architecture, Lucia Mendoza, Principal Designer, Manila." Hassan's phone buzzed. The developer, Sheikh Abdullah, wanted an update on the Palm Cove Resort project. They needed a lead architect by Friday. 3 days. "What are our other options?" Hassan asked. Sarah pulled up a spreadsheet. "Italian firm, glass and marble, beautiful renderings, costs $180 million. Timeline, 32 months. Hassan nodded. That was acceptable, traditional, safe. The Filipino proposal, Sarah hesitated, $115 million. Timeline, 22 months. Carbon negative certification guaranteed. Hassan laughed. "You can't guarantee carbon negative. That's marketing speak." "Her math checks out, sir. I had our environmental consultant review it. The coconut lumber sequesters more carbon than the construction process releases. By year 3, the building becomes a carbon sink." Hassan waved it away. "Schedule the Italian firm. I'll present to Sheikh Abdullah on Thursday." That night, Hassan couldn't sleep. Something nagged at him. Not guilt. He'd made the right call. But curiosity. He opened his laptop and searched. Maria Santos Architect. The results surprised him. 3 international awards. A 15-story mixed-use building in Cebu that survived Typhoon Odette with 0 structural damage while surrounding buildings collapsed. A TED Talk with 4 million views titled "Why the Future of Architecture Grows on Trees." Hassan clicked the video. Lucia appeared on screen, mid-40s, confident, standing beside a massive cross-section of coconut wood. "Everyone sees coconut trees as tropical decorations," she said. "But engineers in the Philippines have known for generations what the rest of the world is just discovering. Coconut lumber has a compressive strength of 8,500 psi. That's stronger than most softwoods used in construction. It's naturally pest-resistant, it's moisture-adaptive, and it grows back in 60 years, not 300. She showed footage of a building during an earthquake. The structure swayed but held. Coconut lumber has natural flexibility. It bends without breaking. In seismic regions, that saves lives." Hassan closed the laptop. He thought about the Italian design. Beautiful, expensive, marble shipped from Carrara, glass from Belgium. Carbon footprint, enormous. Nothing innovative. Then he thought about Sheikh Abdullah's last words. "Hassan surprised me. Everyone builds the same anymore. I want something no one else has." The next morning, Hassan called Sarah. "Get me a meeting with Lucia Mendoza. Video call, today if possible." "Sir, the Italian firm—" "I know, schedule them too. I want options." At 3 p.m., Lucia's face appeared on the screen. Behind her, Hassan could see a studio filled with architectural models made from natural materials. "Mr. Karim," she said warmly, "thank you for reconsidering." "I haven't reconsidered," Hassan said. "I have questions. You claim coconut lumber can handle humidity levels in Dubai. Our summers hit 50 degrees Celsius with humidity spikes. Wood warps." Lucia smiled. "Treated coconut lumber, properly processed, has moisture content stability between 8 and 12%. I've tested it in climate chambers at 60 degrees with 90% humidity for 6 months. Dimensional change, less than 0.3%. That's better than treated oak? She pulled up a chart. The data was irrefutable. Fire resistance? Hassan challenged. Class B fire rating after treatment, same as many approved construction materials in the UAE. I can provide fire marshal certifications. Hassan leaned back. Cost? Your bid is $65 million less than the Italian firm. Where's the compromise? There isn't one, Maria said. Coconut lumber is abundant in the Philippines. Transportation costs are lower than shipping marble from Italy. Installation is faster. We use prefabricated panels. Labor costs drop by 30%. The savings are real, not cutting corners. Hassan was silent. Everything in him wanted to reject this. It was too different, too risky. But the engineer in him couldn't ignore the data. I need to see it, he said finally. In person, a structure you've built. Lucia nodded. I'm in Manila right now. If you can fly out tomorrow, I'll show you 3 buildings. You can inspect every joint, every column, every connection. Bring your own structural engineer if you want. Hassan made a decision he'd never made before. Book my flight. I'm coming. 36 hours later, Hassan stood in front of a 12-story residential complex in Makati. From the outside, it looked modern, elegant, wood grain visible through protective coatings that gave it a warm, organic feel. Lucia handed him a hard hat. Built in 2020, survived Typhoon Odette in 2021, Typhoon Noru in 2022. This morning, I had our structural engineer complete a full integrity assessment for your visit. 0 degradation, 0 pest damage, 0 warping beyond acceptable tolerances. They walked through the building. Hassan ran his hands along columns. He checked joints. He examined connections. Everything was flawless. In the penthouse, Lucia showed him balcony railings made from coconut lumber. These face direct sun and rain, installed 4 years ago. Look at the surface. Hassan inspected closely. Minimal weathering, no cracks, no splits. How? He asked. It's not magic, Maria said. It's proper processing. We treat the lumber, we seal it correctly, we design with the material's properties in mind, instead of trying to make it behave like steel or concrete. Hassan looked out at the Manila skyline. Why isn't everyone using this? Lucia's smile faded slightly. Because people like you, and I don't mean that as an insult, have been trained to trust certain materials. Steel, concrete, glass. Anything else feels risky. Bamboo, coconut, adobe. They sound primitive, even when the engineering proves otherwise. Hassan felt something shift inside him. Recognition. She was right. That evening, Hassan video called Sheikh Abdullah from his hotel. I'm in Manila, he said. Sheikh Abdullah's eyebrows rose. Why? Because I was about to make an $18 million mistake. Hassan spent the next 20 minutes explaining everything he'd seen. The typhoon resistance, the carbon sequestration, the cost savings, the uniqueness. You trust this? Sheikh Abdullah asked. Hassan paused. Then, I trust the data, and I've learned to trust engineers who can back up bold claims with evidence. Then build it, Sheikh Abdullah said. But Hassan, if it fails, we both fail. I know. Construction began 4 months later. Hassan worked more closely with Lucia than he'd ever collaborated with another architect. She taught him things his 25 years hadn't covered. How coconut lumber responds to loads differently than steel, more organically, distributing stress in waves rather than lines. How to design for material strengths instead of fighting material properties. The international architecture community watched skeptically. Trade publications ran headlines. Dubai's risky gamble on tropical wood, and can coconut compete with concrete? Hassan ignored them. He'd seen the data. He'd walked through the buildings. He knew. 22 months later, the Palm Cove Resort opened. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Guests praised the warmth of the interiors, the organic feel, the way natural light played off the wood grain. Environmental groups celebrated the carbon-negative certification, verified by 3 independent auditors. Architectural Digest put it on the cover. The resort that grows back. 6 months after opening, a severe sandstorm hit Dubai. Winds exceeded 100 kilometers per hour. Hassan drove to the site, heart pounding. He'd told Sheikh Abdullah it would hold. He'd bet his career on it. He arrived to find Lucia already there, walking the perimeter. "Well?" he called out. She turned, smiling. 2 broken windows, both from debris impact, not structural failure. The building didn't budge. Hassan felt relief flood through him. But more than that, vindication. The Palm Cove Resort won the Aga Khan Award for Architecture 8 months later. At the ceremony in Kuala Lumpur, Hassan gave the acceptance speech. "For 25 years, I built the same way," he said. "I used the same materials. I trusted the same sources. I was successful, but I was stagnant." Then a Filipino architect showed me that innovation requires discomfort, that the best designs come when you're willing to question everything you think you know. He gestured to Lucia in the audience. "She didn't just give me a new building, she gave me a new way of thinking." After the ceremony, a young Emirati architect approached Hassan. "Sir, I have a proposal for a cultural center using rammed earth construction. Would you be willing to review it?" Hassan smiled. "Send it over. I promise I'll read the whole thing." The Dubai skyline didn't change that day, but Hassan did. He learned that excellence has no geography, that tradition and innovation aren't opposites. They're partners. And that sometimes the materials you dismiss without thinking are exactly what you need. 3 years later, Hassan and Lucia's firms formally partnered. They've completed 7 projects across the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Each one pushes boundaries. Each one proves skeptics wrong. And Hassan learned the most valuable lesson of his career. The strongest structures aren't built from the hardest materials. They're built from open minds and the courage to trust evidence over ego. True innovation doesn't come from doing what's always been done. It comes from listening to voices you've never heard before. And sometimes the future of architecture really does grow on trees.